Hello. I'm back on the boat. Got Rick here. He's got his kit ready to do engine servicing. Okay, so turn the engines on for like 10 minutes to warm them up.
10-15 minutes, yeah.
First job is to warm up the engines, so I'm going to turn them on.
One oil filter.
Oh right, so everything you need for the servicing is in one box?
Just in one kit.
Right, okay. That's good.
In addition to that, we've got the belt as well. Because generally, a lot of services, you don't have to replace the belt every single time. You know,
right,
you do
okay.
it every 12 months. That'll last you a couple of years.
So you buy that separately?
Yeah, so they do them separate. Imagine your filter's stuck on your engine. This way you've either use one of these or a strap spanner. So that's stuck on your engine. So when you put this on, when you twist it, so it grips.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Spin the filter off. That's how they work.
Nice.
Like I said, get yourself one of these bad boys. Dead simple. So if you find a dipstick.
Oh, that just goes in the dipstick?
Yep.
Check the oil level.
Yep.
And then we pump out the oil.
Yep. So if it's at the correct mark.
Yeah, it's sort of higher than it should be. Well, not higher, it's within the range, but the top end.
Okay, that's good. Gives you half a clue. Probably about there. Come back a little bit, if anything. And then, if we've hit oil, there we are. Off she goes.
And it just does it automatically now?
Yeah.
It's got a bit
I mean,
of
this is the time consuming bit. It's just the...
So we're at about 2.5 litres now. I think I need a chair in here. It's getting cool, this pipe. I don't know if that's because the engine's cooling down.
Yeah, it's cooled down a bit now.
Oh.
Yeah. Probably just about there anyway.
And then we remove the oil filter.
No.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
You've got a bit of a bite on it.
Yeah.
And there we are. You put the tool on the end.
Okay.
Generally, they shouldn't be that tight either. So it shouldn't take much just to crack it.
Oh, it's turning.
Yeah.
Should it leak when it comes out?
It will leak a bit when it's so. You've got this.
So once I've loosened it, I take that off, right?
Yeah, once you've loosened it, you should be able to spin it off by hand.
And does another one go straight on?
But not just yet.
Should I put something underneath it to catch all this oil that's coming out?
You only get a little dribble. Now I've
Okay.
got some stuff to clean that up with. So,
I should put some gloves on.
yeah, I should have offered.
Put the new one on and we make sure we grease the outside.
Put it around the seal.
Right.
That does couple of things. So, when you come to service it again, it's not good because if it goes on dry, it could really sort of seize on there.
Oh,
But it
right.
also, if it's lubricated a bit, when you spin it on, it doesn't nick. I mean, it won't do it on that sort of type. But if you had a flat sort of washer,
Right.
you can sort of twist it out and then it doesn't seal properly.
Okay.
So that. Yeah, you got a bite.
Yeah. So do I tighten it with that tool?
Nah, you spin it up till you should only really do them hand tight.
Hey, oil done.
Filter done.
I did something.
So this is brake cleaner. So you probably you shouldn't use it in a confined space too much because it's like what he says. It's just if you spilt any oil down there, just give it a little squirt.
Then we remove the micro filter for the fuel, the secondary filter for the fuel.
Yeah.
Put that one back in.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay.
Fill it with fuel.
Oh, you fill it with fuel?
Fill it with fuel.
Okay, right.
Because then you don't get the air bubbles and then
Right.
you don't have to bleed it.
Okay.
And then a little bit of oil around the lip, same as the oil one. Yeah, just nice and gentle with it on so you don't spill too much fuel. There's a black squishy bit.
Oh yeah. Is that the primer?
That's the primer, yes.
Right. So just what do I do?
So you just press that in a few times.
There's nothing
Your
in.
palm. Just press the whole.
Oh, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Okay.
And what that'll do.
Until it stops being able to do it.
Until it goes hard.
Okay.
I mean, we'll have to do it again when we do the other filter.
Okay.
But I like to do it a little bit. It just makes it easier.
Yep.
Second time round.
Okay. And then
On top of that.
unscrew the top of the primary fuel filter, and then unscrew the bottom,
You keep hold
and
of the
then
bottom.
put the new fuel filter in, tighten it up.
Ideally.
So I don't need to loosen it too far.
Yeah, just crack it enough so you
Oh,
can,
yeah.
you can turn it with your fingers.
Yeah, got it.
You've got both hands on the filter. So sort of keep it pressed up until you can get the bottom most of the way out. Because when you let off there, you'll get fuel coming out the.
Okay. Oh yeah, fuel's coming. All right, it's off.
Okay.
Well, it looks like it's flowing quite freely, the fuel.
It will come out quite a bit there.
Will it stop? When I unscrew this, do I just screw the other one back in?
Well, it's not screwed in as such.
Oh, it's just stuck on it.
It's just sort of stuck on. But don't forget you got the O-rings in there as well.
Oh, yeah,
it's
put the O-ring on the outside one, and then when you've got it out, you put the O-ring on the inside one. Okay.
Just dab your finger with a bit of the fresh oil. Bottom part, and then the actual filter element, what you're doing is you're squishing those again.
Right, so impeller. Yeah?
Oh, you want to bleed the fuel into that first.
Okay, so we're going to push this button. Is that right? The same button?
Yeah, same button.
Okay, that's pretty strong.
You've got to fill up that entire thing, really.
And then you undo the bolt at the top of the filter. Yeah, I can hear air coming out of it.
Okay, cool.
So do I tighten it again?
No, well, you keep going until you get fuel out of it,
Oh, right.
and then that means that filter's full then.
Right. So that just relieves the pressure.
Well, what it is, it lets the air come out. There's somewhere for the air to escape.
Right.
When you're priming the filter, that's you priming the filters.
I'm waiting for fuel to come out the top of the filter, which means all the air's gone. It's taking forever. I just feel like I've been doing it for a long time.
Well, they do take a while, yes, but
To relieve some pressure, pump it for a while, and then we found we have to actually close that. Keep pumping until it goes solid,
so you do it shut, build up the pressure,
and then
you
do
think
it.
there, then crack it. You can have a look.
Okay.
See?
Oh, I did all the legwork, and then you get the last bit.
Closed it a bit, and then.
Should I turn the engine on?
What have you missed?
Oh, Oh! Oil.
Yeah, put the oil back in. Put some fresh oil in first.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah, don't forget that when you actually do it. Yeah.
put fresh oil in. Oh yeah,
might need that.
yeah, we might need that. It likes oil. That's from the belt.
So what you get when, as your belt's turning,
Yeah.
it starts to wear a bit.
Yeah,
You get this. So you see all this black, this sort of soot around this sort of area,
yeah.
like that. That's your.
So that's the belt wearing. Okay.
Yeah. Because the way you check, you can just look at it like that, and you'll be able to see if it's perished or not. Well, that doesn't look too bad. I want to watch that as well. So it's been actually chafing there.
Oh yeah. Take out the
Impeller. Yeah. Because the best thing to do is so you shut your seacock.
turn off the stop cock for the through hole for the salt water. Found it.
Nice movement on that seacock.
Oh, good.
But that handle's horrible.
Right.
Dinky things. That's all the bolts out. Should be. There you go. What you also, now if you have a feel on this cover, ideally next time you do this, you want to replace the cover as well.
Okay.
Because as this bit of rubber's spinning there, you see let's put a
Yeah.
let's put a divot in there, so it becomes less efficient.
Yeah.
Because it's just essentially leaking around there. There you go. You can feel that. When you get away with it, sometimes some people just spin it round, but you can feel that lip on it.
Yeah. So that's just from the spinning.
That's just from the spinning of the rubber. Yeah.
Right.
Look which way the splines are facing, so you can see which way that's been rotating.
Yeah.
Because they're bent that way. So when we put the new one back in, we want the fins to be bent in the same direction.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, right. Let's see if only two.
Oh, right.
Just we got a bit of that loopy stuff. There we are. So we stick this in first. When you get quite a bit, just go at it.
Right.
Why are we lubricating it?
Because it starts out dry. You have to make sure it spins okay.
A little bit more. Right. Yeah, let's try with the bigger ones. So you see there's like a slotted bit in the middle.
Yeah.
So in the end of here, see there's the
Oh, right. Yeah.
slotted bit. So
You just line that up.
well, we don't line it up because we want to twist it in.
Oh,
So you can see where it is now.
So you sort of do it at 90 degrees and then.
Yeah, there or thereabouts.
Right.
Trying to line it up with the. There we go. Bosh. Easy as that.
Nice.
We like to see when we took off that old one there, someone had put a bead of like a gasket sealant on it.
Oh, right.
But you don't. If you've got a paper gasket, you don't necessarily need it. So we've just been a bit overzealous, should we say?
That's the impeller done, right?
Yeah, pretty much. If you do the ringer bolts, just do them up evenly. Don't do them too tight,
Right.
otherwise you can shear them off. And then, if you find, again with anything, if you find you've spun it on, and if you get a bit of a leak when you run it up, just tighten it up just a little bit more.
Right. Okay.
Same with anything.
Yours for the impeller.
Loosen off the tension, the pivot bolt.
So you got one big bolt at the bottom. So that'll be just crack that off,
Right.
and then you'll have another one at the top.
This one here is the.
That's the adjuster. Yeah. Other end of that is that nut. So you just want to hold that nut when you crack that one,
Right.
like your pivot bolt.
And you have a screw. You have a spanner behind it and one in front, and then release the alternator enough to get the
Peel the belt off.
belt off.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
You get it.
As expected. Yeah. Now your belt's all jiggly. Just prise this off. Because you got your crank there, the bottom one. That one won't move by hand, and your alternator will, and your water pump will.
Right.
So when you're spinning the belts on and off, it says, backing it off too much more. There you go. Easy as that. And then we get the new one.
Put the belt back on.
Beautiful.
Nice. Did we say it was 3.5 litres in?
Yes. So what we'll do, we'll put 3 litres in it.
Right.
And we check it. When we do a service, we put it to near the top of the dipstick, and then when we run the engine, it fills up the oil filter and it drops a little bit.
Ah, right.
And then we just check, and then we top up again. So yeah, for our purposes. So we've got 2 litres in there, so we'll do all of this, and then another litre, and then we'll see where we're at.
I might get one of myself one of these jugs. That looks quite good.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a tiny. Yeah. So we're bang on the maximum,
Right.
and that's with 3 litres in.
Right.
I think we're ready for a blast, aren't we? So what do we need to do before we fire it up?
Seacock. Turn the seacock back on, and then you hope that it's all right, and you run the engine for like 5 minutes. Quite satisfying. Yeah, water's coming out. That's a good sign then, right? Do you think it'll take longer than that to start conking out if it does? Awesome. Thank you.
That's it. Easy, isn't it?